Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to touch upon a kind of social subject. Title of the subject is International Family Day, propounded by the UNO, and the 15th May is the day that everyone celebrates as International Family Day. The importance or significance of this day is that the United Nations has actually noticed that families have been totally disintegrated. Divorces are ubiquitous, children suffer severely and enormously, husband and wife, the spouses also suffer, miss each other, they go to the court, and everything in life becomes messy. Divorce, divorce payment, the alimonies, the redress, so many different kinds of problems are caused by the family disintegration. So United Nations has actually created this International Family Days in order to make the families aware that disintegration does not come cheap. Disintegration is the harbinger of horrible future for both the spouse, for children, everyone in the family suffers horrendously. So, efforts of the United Nations by declaring the 15th May as the family International Family Day is that families should actually become aware, privy about the fact that divorce is not good thing, divorce is not happy thing, it's not harbinger of happiness, but it's a harbinger of horrendous future for everyone involved in the family. Western country is epitome, very succinct epitome of disintegrated family. Lots of family gets disintegrated. In America, every three marriages actually, two marriages end up in divorce out of three. 67% divorce. Now, divorce that doesn't mean that it is the harbinger of happiness. The husband and the wife, when they divorce, they are not going to be happy person forever. But they both are going to be miserable. They both will be frequenting divorce court. Their children will be very much under stress, under trauma. They suffer enormously. They lose one of the parents, and it's not easy for children of the broken family or in disintegrated family or divorced family to survive. They become bitter. Their entire future is wiped out, in short. So I have actually chosen 4 points for this International Family Day subject. The point number one is integrated family has, integrated family has bumper benefit. If you're integrated family, no divorce, no separation, no any kind of offense, no any kind of defense, no any kind of regrets, no any kind of grievances from each other, but both are living very happily. They both live with a loss of friendship, love and affection, and raising the children. There are plenty of tremendous amount of benefits and happiness the person can derive out of integrated family in which no talk about divorce, no any kind of insults or quarrel or discourse or any kind of altercation of any kind occur in this family. Everyone, parents and children, everyone is absolutely positively happy and lives without any kind of grievances. Point number two is kids suffer enormously in disintegrated family. Now, elders are elders, mature people, meaning husband and wife, spouses, they are mature, they can actually handle their emotion by analyzing, by motivating themselves, by coaxing and cajoling themselves, by being busy in some kind of activity by which they can divert their attention from whatever happened between husband and wife, but kids are too nascent. They're too small, they're too deciduous. They don't have that kind of EQ or emotional caution to convince themselves, to take care of themselves, to persuade themselves, to dissuade themselves, to coax and cajole themselves. They're going to do that. They just don't understand anything what is going on between their parents, and as such, they actually suffer severe trauma and live in that trauma forever. And their lives is totally wiped out. Psychologically, they have been tremendously marred, tremendously damaged. So parents must never ever think about divorce, not for themselves, but for their children. Point number 3 is UN efforts to galvanize families everywhere. Families are disintegrating ubiquitously for small things like nothing, for minuscule matter, minuscule argument, silly argument, absolutely simpleton arguments, and these people are actually getting offended by each other, and only the thing they think about getting out of each other's life, go for the divorce, go to court, go become separated, and create actually bitter emotion for each other without any kind of reason. The foundation for this bitter emotion is very trivial, very marginal, very minuscule. That husband wife might have little argument in the, we can say, in the flare of anger, in the flare of rage, they might say something to each other, and this hunting words, this bitter word, this scorching word remain with them a long time, and they've been actually thinking about it, growing on that, and become furious and more furious and more furious, and finally they cannot actually settle their emotion or the rage. They cannot settle, they cannot compromise, and they want to get out of each other's life and go for the divorce. But they don't give even a minuscule thought to their children, to their future and their children's future, to their well-being and their children's well-being, messy court cases, all the expenses that court and the lawyers are going to extract from them, but for little ego, little vanity, only little, absolutely negative, dark emotion. They're going to destroy every single thing. Families destroyed, children are destroyed, financially they are destroyed. Point number 4. Disintegrated families are disaster for everyone. When family is actually disintegrated, divorce occurs, then the parents of the spouses also suffer, both the side of the parents of the spouses suffer themselves, their siblings also suffer, and the children are the biggest victim of their rage, their anger for each other. They should compromise, they should calm their feeling down, they should calm their emotion, they should not actually let their emotion to flare up, and they should actually have positive thinking about every single thing and must believe in let go mentality. Kiss and make up. That's the most important thing in marriage. Kiss and make up. Sorry is the strongest word in the Oxford Dictionary by Samuel Johnson. Sorry. If you say sorry to even your worst enemy, he is also going to forgive you. He will be willing to become your friend. Now here, we are talking about our own spouse, who is the closest person in whole world. And what is wrong with saying sorry to that person? But no, you can say sorry if you let the ego go. You can say sorry if you let your vanity go. You can actually make up with your spouse if you are willing to forgive and forget. If you are not willing to forgive and forget, then definitely you are going to head to court, and the court is wipe you out. You are going to, when every single thing settles down, when dust settles, when your anger is gone, then and then you are going to shed no tears, but shed blood from your eye. That what did I do in anger? Anger is the worst thing in our life. That is why anger is prohibited in Islam. Islam says anger is haram. Because one anger, 5 minutes anger is going to destroy your 50 years of every single thing that you have acquired. Relation is gone. Your marriage is gone. Your children's psychology is gone. Your money is gone. Your house is broken. You both are going to be all alone. And that is no fun. Only simpleton, absolutely Looney Tune type of person who is absolutely having no IQ, or I should say SQ, social quotient. These kind of people can actually lament after disintegration of the family. That is why every philosopher says, whatever you are going to do, think before doing that about the consequences. Think about the consequences before doing anything at all. Think about the consequences before doing anything at all. Otherwise, you are going to be very much repentant. You are going to live under the mound of worries and repentance, and there will be no way that you can go back, you can retreat. Once family is disintegrated, it doesn't get integrated again. So thank you very much for listening. That's all the time we have. God bless everyone on this planet and keep all the families solidly integrated. Bye.